Today, we're diving into a total game changer in artificial intelligence. Seriously, this is a shift that's moving AI way beyond just text, giving it something that looks a lot more like our own senses. Let's get right into it. So, I want you to imagine something for a second. What if an AI could do more than just, read stuff? What if it could actually look at a picture, listen to a conversation, and just get it? Understand the world in a way that feels more complete. Well, that's the massive idea we're digging into today. In this new power, this pretty incredible evolution of AI, it's got a name. It's called Multimodal Generative AI, and it's basically the technology that's giving AI a brand new set of senses.
Okay, so what is it exactly? Well, to put it simply, Multimodal Generative AI, or MGAI for short, is an AI that doesn't just stick to one thing. It can handle and create content using all sorts of different data types. We're talking text, images, audio, even video, all at the same time. It's all about creating a more complete, almost human-like understanding of the world.
And this right here is the perfect way to think about it. It really shows you the huge leap we're talking about. A classic AI might be able to process the text of a recipe you give it, but a multimodal AI, it can literally see a photo of the cookies you just baked, figure out what they are, and then write the recipe for you from scratch. It connects these totally different worlds of information. It's pretty amazing. So how in the world does an AI actually learn to do this, to speak this kind of universal language of data? Let's pop the hood and take a look, because the way this works is just fascinating. Okay, so here's the fundamental puzzle that engineers had to solve. Text, images, and audio are completely different, right? Text is just a sequence of words. An image is a grid of pixels. They don't have anything in common. So how do you get them to a point where they can be understood together as one thing? Well, it really boils down to 4 key steps. First, the AI just takes in all the different types of data. Then, and this is where the real magic happens, in step 2, it encodes all of it into a universal mathematical language. It's called an embedding. You can think of it like a digital Rosetta Stone. In step 3, it fuses all those different embeddings together, creating one single, unified understanding. And then finally, it can generate a new output in whatever format you want, text, image, you name it. Now, when it comes to actually building these systems, there are 2 main approaches. On one side, you've got autoregressive models. These are the geniuses, the thinkers. They're amazing at logic, reasoning, and planning. We can call this reasoning depth. Then, on the other side, you have diffusion models. These are the incredible artists. They create those hyper-realistic images and videos you see everywhere. That's generative fidelity. Right now, it's a bit of a trade-off, but the future is probably a hybrid of both, a true artist genius. Okay, so that's all the theory, but why does any of this actually matter? Let's look at where this technology is already making a huge impact out in the real world right now. And the applications are just exploding everywhere. In healthcare, it's about combining a doctor's written notes with an MRI scan to find things a human might have missed. In manufacturing, you've got companies like BMW using it to untangle their super complex supply chains. And in creative media, brands like Virgin Voyages are using it to generate thousands of personalized video ads in the blink of an eye. And the business impact? It's absolutely staggering. Just look at this number from Mercari, which is Japan's biggest online marketplace. They're expecting up to a 500% return on their investment just from using this tech to better understand and help their customers by analyzing text, voice, and even photos of products. That is a massive number. So with this kind of potential on the table, it's kicked off a fierce competition between the giants of the tech world. Let's take a look at the 2 main players who are really leading the charge here. On one side, you have Google's Gemini 2.5 Pro, and on the other, you have OpenAI's GPT-4o. And you can see right away they're playing different games. GPT-4o is all about that incredible real-time responsiveness that feels so natural to use. Gemini, on the other hand, is built for huge enterprise-level reasoning tasks. It really shows you their strategies. OpenAI is going for the broad consumer market, while Google is aiming for those high-value, data-heavy business clients. But the real kicker, the key difference, is in that last row, the context window. Now, a token is just a little piece of data, like a word. So the context window is basically how much stuff the AI can think about at once. 1 million. That is the number of tokens of individual pieces of information that Gemini can process at one time. To give you a sense of what that means, it's like the AI reading a 700-page book in a single gulp and remembering every single word. And that massive context window is the whole game for big business.
It's what lets an AI analyze gigantic legal contracts, or incredibly complex code bases, or an entire patient's medical history all at once, finding connections that would be impossible for a human to spot. This right here is the new competitive battlefield.
But as amazing as all that is, this is just the beginning. The next great leap is to take these incredible new AI senses and actually give them a body so they can act in the real physical world. And that's called embodied AI. It's all about integrating these powerful multimodal minds into physical systems. Yeah, we're talking robots that can perceive, reason, and most importantly, act right here in our world. And the truly mind-blowing concept here is something called think before acting. Before a robot even makes a move, the AI model literally talks itself through the problem in plain English. It's creating a plan, it's reasoning through all the steps, and only then does it actually do the thing. This is the secret to building robots that can handle tricky, real-world jobs safely and effectively. And of course, where the tech goes, the money follows. Just look at these market projections. The multimodal AI market is set to absolutely explode, from just over $2 billion to more than $55 billion in the next decade alone. This isn't some niche technology. This is becoming a fundamental pillar of our economy. Which brings us to one last thought to leave you with. As these AI systems get better and better at perceiving and interacting with the world in ways that are so much like our own, seeing, hearing, and acting, it raises a really profound question. Are we just building a much, much smarter tool, or are we on the path to creating something more like a partner?